If you're studying for the Knowledge of Community Health Competency on the FTCE Health K-12 exam, code 019, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Dani, a certified teacher and test prep expert with Study.com, here to help you prepare. This exam covers many different areas. You'll need to be able to interpret existing data to determine a community's level of risk and protection, analyze how perceptions of norms influence risk-taking and health-enhancing behaviors in a community, and identify advocacy strategies for personal, family, and community health. So are you ready to get started? Let's go. In a community where fast food consumption is normalized, which health-enhancing behavior is likely to be affected? A. Adequate sleep. B. Regular exercise. C. Responsible alcohol use. Or D. Balanced diet. So this question is asking us to identify the health-enhancing behavior most likely to be affected in a community where fast food consumption is normalized. A. Since this question focuses on the normalization of fast food, adequate sleep isn't the most likely to be affected. B. While there is a connection between regular exercise and diet, it isn't the health-enhancing behavior most likely to be affected. C. Responsible alcohol use doesn't connect to the topic of fast food consumption. The correct answer is D. Balanced diet. If a community's norm is fast food consumption, it can adversely affect the maintenance of a balanced diet, a critical health-enhancing behavior. What is an effective advocacy strategy for promoting community health? A. Writing a letter to a fast food restaurant requesting healthier menu options. B. Organizing a neighborhood cleanup event. C. Posting health tips on social media. D. Starting a personal meditation practice. This question is asking us to identify an effective advocacy strategy to promote community health. A. This strategy doesn't directly affect the health of the community. Let's look at C. Social media doesn't engage the community in a meaningful way. D. A personal meditation practice is unlikely to reach much of the community. The correct answer is B. Organizing a neighborhood cleanup event. This type of event promotes community health by improving the local environment, fostering community engagement, and raising awareness about environmental health issues. Within the public health sector, an industry capture occurs when A. A regulatory commission adopts a successful information campaign. B. A company works as an agency to oversee or regulate a specific aspect of the market. C. A group of lobbyists effectively persuade lawmakers to enact a law. D. A specific product has been deemed to be most effective in helping address a specific health concern. So this question wants us to identify when an industry capture, otherwise known as a regulatory capture, would occur in the public health sector. A. A successful information campaign won't necessarily lead to an industry capture. Let's jump to C. Industry captures involve companies more than politics, so it's not always a result of the enactment of a law, though laws can contribute. D. A product being deemed most effective in itself doesn't cause an industry capture. The correct answer is B. Industry captures can help companies serving as agencies regulate an aspect of the market. Because of such regulation and control, these companies can profit greatly from the decisions that the agency makes. If a local community's obesity rates are significantly higher than the national average, what would be the most effective initial step for a health educator to take? A. Implement an immediate exercise program in local schools. B. Implement a nutrition program in the local schools. C. Conduct a survey to identify the reasons behind the high obesity rate. D. Start a community-wide weight loss challenge. So this question is asking us what the most effective initial step would be for a health educator to take if a local community's obesity rates are higher than the national average. A. While an exercise program may be beneficial, it may not address the root cause of the community's high obesity rate. B. A nutrition program may also be beneficial, but again, may not address the root cause. Let's jump to D. As an initial step, a community-wide weight loss challenge would not be most effective. C. Conducting a survey to identify the reasons behind the high obesity rate is the correct answer. Before implementing any action, the health educator should first understand the root causes of the issue. The obesity rate could be due to various reasons, such as lack of access to healthy foods, lack of physical activity, or cultural factors. A survey would help identify these underlying issues and help the educator design a more effective intervention. Those are a few examples of the types of health questions you'll see. I hope you're feeling more confident. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more on this topic. For more practice, check out our FTCE Health K-12 019 playlist. And for even more detailed practice strategies and customizable study materials, head over to study.com and check out our FTCE Health K-12 test prep course. Those who use study.com boast a 92% pass rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice questions, and short targeted video lessons specifically developed based on the latest test updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to expect on test day. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to get all the latest FTCE test updates. And please leave your questions and success stories in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Happy studying.